Welcome everyone to the newest episode of One Box Brew. Tonight we have a deck with Atsadi and Surge. So let's go ahead and look at the hero and then go through the deck list very vaguely. Again, series not about me telling you exactly the number of copies to play, but just sort of how to think about the heroes if you're new to the game. So Atsadi and Surge is a Bravos hero with the ability I begin the game with 5 heroism counters. When you play a character with hand cost greater than or equal to my number of heroism counters, draw a card and gain a heroism counter. It's a lot of words that basically says play a 5 drop, draw a card. Play a 6 drop, draw a card. Play a 7 drop, draw a card. It is one of the heroes that has less support currently in the game. But we'll look at the deck list and we'll jam some games anyway, and it should be a good time. I do enjoy this hero, so straight away when you look at the hero, you think, well, I gotta get to 5 mana and higher as quickly as possible. So we're playing things like Tiny Djinn and Mighty Djinn. Just as many copies as what came in our booster box. And then we're playing basically every 5 cost or higher character that came in our booster box. It really honestly didn't matter what they did, because you just need the cost. You don't really, what they do doesn't matter. You're just trying to draw a card. Although it does help if they have good stats or gigantic or something like that. Other than that, this is where the One Box Brew stuff kind of gets weird. If you haven't seen it, we did do a Tumult Trials with this same hero, but we made like the most mana intensive version of the deck where we played every single card that said mana on it, whether it was ramp or not, and you kind of saw like not the optimal version of the deck, but the opposite end of the spectrum on how far you're pushing the theme of the hero. It's pretty hard to push the theme of this hero with one box because there's just not enough things that care about mana in the first set, which is where the support problem comes in. But there are characters like Tomoe Gozen that care about you having 6 mana, and then just kind of efficient characters like Kappa that are just a good 4 cost 4/4/5. And then otherwise we just sort of like did a pretty typical Bravos build with some intimidations, mana eruptions, as much disruption as we could get. We do have a unique council that we've used before that might get its ability, might not, but people will play their uniques if they have them. So it's going to be interesting. I can't say that this is like the most on theme One Box Brew we've made, and I think like that's okay just because it is what it is. It's the state of the game. But I do enjoy this hero. I enjoy trying to get to higher mana costs than my opponent. So let's stop talking and get into some games. Ooh, Basira and Kaizaimon. This is the when you boost, you can boost again hero. 2 mana eruptions. Aja. I mean, Aja's okay. So yeah. I mean, I think we just have to do this. Not getting any of the tiny or mighty Djinns is like really tough. It would just be like really useful. Okay. You're going really hard. I feel like I don't need to go that hard. What are you doing? Interesting. Maybe like early next year I'll do like a hero tier list video or something. Because I definitely have opinions. And I do think my opinions are kind of obvious at this point of like which ones I like. But I have to make it super clear that it's not like a best or top tier list, but like favorite tier list. So people aren't like, how can you put this at the bottom when it's like 190% of events? And I'm like, wait, no, no, no. I'm I only mean from a competitive or from like a I enjoy it perspective. This is rough because they could definitely stop me. And I don't really want to give them mana, but this does let me get closer to actually using the hero ability. So we'll do it. Maybe they just oh okay. They're gonna Gen 2. Okay. Um okay, so they're gonna ramp faster than me. Oh no. You don't really need to do that. When people do things that they like actually absolutely don't need to do, that confuses me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so they got more mana faster than me. Ooh, but I have Tiny Gen now. And Sabotage, but we're not going first. Okay. We're gaming. We're doing stuff. So we need to see what they do. Because honestly, I might Tiny Gen just to like catch up on mana. And then might do that next. So what, they're gonna do this and have a 7/7/7? Okay, well I'm gonna Sabotage. Yeah, we'll put you over here. I don't know what's in their hand, but I guess they only had enough mana to do that. That's okay though, because I can. Oh, giving the boost, like, yeah, really hurt. Okay. Well, we're gonna do this just because. Although, yeah, that was definitely a misplay. I thought they had 3 mana and not 2, so I thought they were gonna play the warrior, or I thought the warrior cost less. I don't know. I read something wrong for sure. And just get rid of this and this. Okay. Atlas is pretty good, and that lets us do. Really only lets us do 2 things actually. Damn. We need 1 more mana. Okay. We will. Alright. We'll play the slow game. We'll see what they do. Atlas having seasoned is really bad. I imagine they play that, but that's like most of their mana, and maybe they didn't draw another 2-drop. We can hope. Or they play Shenlong. Okay. we'll play this just in case, although we don't really need to. Okay. Well, at least they only moved once, I guess. Although, I'm wondering if we could have stopped them from moving once the day before, now that I know. And okay, now we're up on mana, which is good. Okay. So, we can't do both of these yet. I actually think could get even more mana. I actually think the Atlas isn't really gonna do anything. And we can do, no, we can't do all of this. So, alright, we're gonna play this, kind of setting up for next turn. Let's see what they do. We can play something. We kind of have to play this over here and hope we don't draw, or hope we don't roll. Okay. Maybe they have a 1-drop, but man. Okay, they're removing fleeting. Okay. So we can put the top card into mana as exhausted. Like this on day 1 would be so much better than it is now. Yeah, this is definitely a little awkward. I don't even think we have a way to get rid of. Yeah. This is essentially already mana, so we can do that. I just don't think we have a way to get rid of Atlas. But we're gonna do this. If somehow they don't win right now, we'll like stop them on one side, I guess. Okay, we don't have enough to do everything. We have 9, we need 10, so we just have to play this and hope we roll. Ooh, actually, that's like pretty good. I didn't want anchored. The anchored is bad. Just play helping hand again, please. And then pass. I think there's basically no. Oh my god, they did play helping hand. The problem is they only have to move on one side. Do they not have anything? I mean, oh no, they have a lot of mana. So if I play this here, that's still not enough. We go up to 8. Yeah. Unfortunate. Oh, and that, yeah. that destroys us. We did a little better. We definitely misplayed one of those turns. I think they would have been a space behind. These games are so fast. Oh, Kojo and Booda. This could be the starter deck. I think the starter deck's better than this. I think this is the best opening hand we've gotten by quite a lot. I think I keep the intimidation because this we can actually like start ramping quickly with. Oh, I'm slouching so much. Oh my god. But I actually think like sometimes like I've talked about this before, these one box decks, they're obviously not meant to be meta competitive, but I think the goal is to make them around starter deck level. But some of them, just because the heroes don't have support, are definitely, unless you just got really lucky with your box, I think they're naturally going to be below starter deck level. Like we can intimidation the Buddha, but although I don't really think there's a point in doing that. And some of them are like, just because the hero's sort of naturally good, kind of feel a little bit above the worst of the starter decks. Wow, that's crazy. Man, I guess we have to intimidation something. Alright, we're gonna intimidation this. I don't want them to have more cards. I can't let them move twice on day one. That would be very bad. Although I would have much rather ramp twice, if I'm being honest. Mighty Jin. I think. Alright, well. I think we just want them to move twice, though. The chances they move twice are just like really high, so we might have to just Mighty Jin and get extra mana that way, and then hopefully, if we had started first, if we like played first, I think we could have done something. Actually, no. We're just gonna risk it. It's fine. Maybe they just play the Haven Warrior again, and we could just go somewhere else. Interesting. Okay. Well, we're just gonna try to go over here. If we both move, it's okay. Although they could block us. Possibly. I mean, they could just have intimidation, actually. That would definitely screw us over. Just pass. Oh wow, they did just pass. They listened to me. Okay, we're definitely going up in mana now. This is what we want. This is what we want. So now... that's kind of awkward though. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. I hope everyone's having a good Thursday, at least in terms of stream. YouTube, I hope you're also doing well. I hope you're enjoying the games. Definitely some rough ones, but hopefully they're still fun to watch. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want. It's always appreciated. Well, I don't know if they're going to watch this on Thursday. That's why I say I hope they're having a good day. Mate, I hope you have every good day, YouTube. Twitch, only Thursday. I really don't know what to do. Oh, I have to discard a card. I still don't know what I should do. Alright. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I have 3 mana. Oh my god, I have 3 mana left. I can't count. Interesting. I can't stop them from moving, so I actually think we just pass. We're falling behind now. This is definitely not. I mean, we'll have mana. So now, hopefully, no matter what we draw, we can play it, and we don't really have to put things to mana. Yeah. Okay. Actually, no. Yeah. So maybe we should have put Aja in mana, but 8's a lot. This is like what we wanted to be happening. I still don't know how likely we are to win, but it's definitely, it's a little better. So we're just going to immediately play this. We're gonna get rid of this. We'll see what they do. Hopefully nothing. Just do nothing. Or do that. Okay. I'm just gonna risk doing this because 9 mana is a lot. And then hopefully they can't win on both sides. I feel like it'd be pretty hard to. We haven't used the hero ability once. But we are getting to the point where, like, hopefully we can. Thinking. Intimidation. Ooh, 4 or less. Returns it to my hand. Which one are you returning to my hand? Okay. Okay. That's not great, but it's interesting because that means we have like basically a free card to put in our mana that I probably wouldn't play again. What's in their hand? They are passing. We're not too far behind, but we really we gotta hold them back. We need to draw something good. Not that. That's not what we needed to draw. This was probably the worst thing we could have drawn. By a lot. That was the worst thing we could have drawn. Oh my god. We're gonna lose because we drew 2 tiny chins. That's crazy. Oh my god, I can't believe we're gonna lose because of this. Maybe they don't have anything in their hand. But that's absolutely wild. Yeah, that's not great. They are putting them all there though, so they can do it again though. Oh my god. I can't believe we're gonna lose because I can't believe we're gonna lose because freaking we drew 2 tiny gens. And we were gonna lose, but that's just really funny. I think literally anything else was better. So we can block them on one side. Interesting. Why would you do that to me? So we can let them move there, or we can let them move there. This is so freaking funny. Okay, I think we play over here. It's so, God, it's so funny. Anything. Anything else would have been better. Well, we won't draw more tiny gens, at least. And we have 11 mana. Just... This is the kind of deck where balancing between ramp, especially right now when there's such limited ramp, balancing between high cost things and ramp, especially when you're building from one box, is God, it's essentially impossible. So we can play everything. I'm not sure it's gonna matter. It kind of depends on what's in their hand. If they don't have another character in their hand, then maybe we have a chance. Maybe. To stop them, but if they have 2 characters, it's gonna be pretty hard. Or if they have Atlas. I mean, that essentially makes it impossible. Although they can't... Okay, so 3 boost. They can't do both of these things, so I wonder what they're gonna do. So, because we might actually be able to stop them now, depending on what they do. What are you gonna do? So you need water, huh? think we actually... We're gonna tie. Right? Am I crazy? I don't know if physical training and giving something 3 boost was better. Like maybe they could have drawn intimidation or something, and like maybe that would have been better. Please draw something that's useful. Draw something that costs 5 or more. I mean, that's actually okay. This is okay. This, at least this gets rid of something. All right. We have a chance. We could at least try to tie. Okay, they're going straight for that, huh? Alright, so we're going to go here. So 6. Okay, we can't do everything. We can do these 2 things, though. Just play the Sun Wukong. And then we can go to a tie. It's been a while since we've had a tie in the game. I have 9 mana. What are you gonna do? We actually... No. So that's 7, 9. Wow, they really went for it. I actually think I might keep this. Okay, so do that. I'm whisper talking because I'm thinking to myself. I think we go to a tie if I do this. If they pass, I will just pass because we should go to a tiebreaker. And I'd rather keep these in my hand. Wait. Hold on. That's still a tie though, isn't it? Because they need mountain water and we're tied or have higher and we're yeah, okay. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna feel a little silly, but I'm pretty sure this is still just a tiebreaker. I think we should both move. Yep. Alright, wow, our first tiebreaker in like a month. And they lose some stuff. We get some extra mana. Please, something. Oh, okay. Yes. Here we go. Alright, we have 13 mana. Okay. 3, 5. We just need big stats, essentially. So 6, 11, 14. Okay. Oh, man, I think we actually... Hold on. I gotta think about this. So that's 13. Okay. Right. 6, 30. Okay. Get rid of this? This is the last day. So, I have to assume they're going to be trying to... Alright, we're just going to get rid of the unique. I think stats. We just want stats. doesn't matter. So when you're in a tiebreaker like this, it's called the arena. It doesn't matter what side you play things on. You're just trying to have the highest number and more terrain. And we're also finally drawing cards. Okay, we didn't really want anchored, unfortunately, but we have the mana eruption that will hopefully slow them down a little bit. We also have the Haven Warrior, but I think we just go for broke. I don't know if they know it doesn't matter what side they play things on. I don't know what kind of disruption. They haven't really played any disruption. Maybe they played a... Okay, so there's a Haven Bouncer. There's nothing to discard though, so that kind of makes me think they might not have anything, but I think it's better to just mana eruption the Sun Wukong. Because I don't think they're gonna have. I don't think there's a 3-drop character that gets them to 10 on any stats. Also, I don't know if they know they have to actually like say okay. So we're just gonna mana eruption. And we're going to get rid of, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna get rid of the Sun Wukong. And now it's 10-10-10 versus 2-2-2. And hopefully, yeah, I mean, that's not gonna do it. I don't know what I feel like they don't realize what's happening, which makes sense. It's pretty rare to run into a tiebreaker. Welcome back, everyone. Those were some games with the One Box Brew version of Atsadi and Surge, and I can't remember if I said this in the deck intro, but I'm pretty sure I did, and I probably said it during one of the matches, but before going into the games, I made the assumption that this would be kind of tough because this hero doesn't have a ton of support, and you're just not going to get the amount of ramping you need in one box typically, at least like not really good. Like you're not going to get 3 rare tiny gens probably, or anything like that. So we definitely struggled. This is also a hero where the order you draw your cards in matters a lot. Like if your opening hand has 3 of your big characters, it's kind of rough because you kind of have to put them into mana, but that's like what your card draw engine was going to be later in the game if you could have ramped. And that definitely happened. And it'll continue to happen until the hero gets more support, which hopefully is coming in the future sets. It's still a hero I enjoy a lot, and I am looking forward to how it improves. You can definitely play it now, but like it takes a lot of sequencing. Like you have to sequence really well with this hero. I think maybe more than people like initially thought you'd have to sequence well with this hero. Definitely some fun games. I can't say I really recommend it if you're trying to like play with friends and build a deck out of one box. You'll definitely be at a disadvantage if somebody picks like a more moderately supported hero. it this deck outro is kind of interesting because we did just talk about a lot of this stuff and the Tumult Trials version of this deck. If you haven't watched that video, you should definitely check it out. It's me going as hard into ramping as you can in the game at the cost of having a well balanced deck. Those are also some fun games. Definitely recommend watching after you watch this one. In terms of like what I would change about this deck now before any more sets come out, it's kind of hard. Like, I would just try to make it more consistent. I would try to add like the rare havens to have some resupply. I would maybe try to get the rare tiny gins because I think they're worth having. I would remove anything that like just doesn't add to the game plan. So like this hero doesn't really care about boosting. So Chirons, the Isun Boshi, like I would really trim down on the extra stuff that you just naturally have to put in and really just I would try to balance ramp, card advantage, and disruption as much as you can, and then depending on who you're playing with, what your meta's looking like, you can kind of pick the 5 cost or higher characters that you think work best. Maybe you want Achilles for the tough because you have a lot of like disruption heavy meta. Maybe you want the Atlases for the gigantic. Maybe Kaibara's too expensive, so you just cut that. You know, there's a lot of options when you get to the upper end of the mana curve for your characters. So you can definitely like work with that, work around what you want to do with that. But just really trying to balance the ramp, the disruption, and as much card advantage as Bravos can get. Atsadi is card advantage, but sometimes it comes in later if your opening hand's not ramp heavy, and it's 1 card a turn if you're playing like a 5-drop. So like or a 6-drop, 7-drop, it might be the only character you're playing. So you kind of have to. It's not your main card advantage plan, in my opinion. It's just a nice to have. But that was the One Box Brew for Atsadi and Surge. I hope everyone's having a good day wherever you are. I hope you enjoyed the games. YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe if you feel like it. It's always greatly appreciated. And I'll catch everyone in the next one. Bye bye.